Good afternoon, and what is up, my beautiful people out there in internet land? I hope you're having a wonderful Tuesday, Mars Day. It is November 4th, and it is a wonderful day out here in the beloved. And for those, want to welcome you up to the channel. For those that don't know, my name is Papa Rose, your favorite Papatio, not Tapatio, but just as spicy as this hot sauce. And here on this channel, we like to engage on all things spiritual, magical, occult, and bits of information, everything having to do with Casa de Juju, which is my shop where I have spiritual products and services up for purchase. And I am here also because I wanted to let y'all know what's up, but I wanted to here also to give you the update and let you know what's going on. The title of this one, this in La Casa with Papa on this Tuesday, is Mercury retrograde already starting stuff. Y'all, I had a whole video out yesterday and I put an Instagram video out. And again, welcome, welcome. Thanks for being here. I had a whole video put out that I thought was all good and I had it together and it never uploaded. It totally deleted itself somehow. I don't know. And I was like, ah. So yes, even though we are in the Mercury retrograde shadow period, it is up to its tricks. So please understand, especially during this time when it is retrograding in the Scorpio season back to that Libra energy, you're going to have some problems. We're going to have some lovely little usual energies, but it's also a time of introspection. And I always look at retrogrades, especially since we have other planets in retrograde as well. Um, I look at these retrogrades, I always say, what planets are in retrograde and how can I learn from them? Because they're telling us to take a step back and look at the bigger picture. They're going backwards, so to speak. And for those that know astrology, know what this is up. For those that don't, that's what retrograde really means. It's really a time to rethink, recoup, revisit, reorganize. A lot of the re's go with retrograde. So that's what is this about. But since Mercury retrograde is happening on the 9th, we're very, very close to it hitting complete retrograde action. It's still letting us have it now. So definitely dot your I's, cross your T's, and you know what's up. But for since you've gotten this far, please don't forget, if you haven't already, to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, hit the bell so that you can get notified of all the updates and all the new videos we got going out, and share this like Tic Tacs. Y'all enjoy the freshness. So going back to this retrograde, I was talking and saying that we need to have or do as much as we can to make it work for us. And there's always a way to transmute energies or have energies shift for you. And that's why, because we're going to look at the shameless plug of the week, which is my retro flip formulation, which comes in oil, it comes in powder, and it comes in lotion and bath crystals as well. So let me know what you'd like and get with me. And it isn't, I made it, when I formulated it, it wasn't just for retrograde periods to help you work with these energies and make them come to you naturally, to help you out, to make them be more positive for you. I also wanted that to be used generally as well in times when things look like they're going backwards. I use it a lot in tandem with road opening work and road opening formulations as well, like my skeleton key formulation from Casa de Juju that you should definitely look at. Working those together and to really take anything that you're using, not just my stuff, because I always say either make it yourself, make it progresso, or make it yourself kind of thing. Make it us or make it yourself. So herbs like this that always work at this time are lemongrass and sage and peppermint and rosemary, herbs that serve a dual fashion of not only removing negativity or neutralizing it, but also shifting that energy to bring positive energy in its place, either flipping that energy or shifting it away at the same time. So if it's too much for you, it takes that away and fills the spot with attracting goodness. So you could see how using this, especially in these day and age, is also a good thing in keeping it together, but especially during retrograde season. So if you would be interested, please let me know in the comments below. For those that follow Spiritism, Espiritismo, and all of its many different incarnations, especially Caribbean Spiritism, of which you know my Puerto Rican self practices Puerto Rican Espiritismo de la Mesa Blanca, Criolla, sometimes they say the Creole version. But for us, this is a time, especially how my family practiced, this is the time of reverencing the spirits of the land, the indigenous peoples, along with this month being Indigenous Peoples Month, working with those energies. So now's a good time to talk to the land, find out more about where you live in, and make at least some inward ties of respect to these spirits that are here first, the first peoples, to get that good medicine going on with them, and also have an extra layer of protection that, you know what, sometimes it's a good thing, and you don't want to be involved in problems that aren't yours, and y'all know what I mean. So to keep good ties with spirits that were here first is always a good thing. And how do we do that? Regular offerings of a little bit of cornmeal and some tobacco and sage to the earth, or honey to the earth and to the trees, and specifically stating, hey, I don't want no smoke. Here's a little offering so that we stay in good terms once in a while, especially during these times. Now, am I saying be a slave to this? No, no, no. Every so often, reverence those spirits, give them their due, so that should there be any angry energy there, it ain't going to be leveled at you. And it also helps to have that energy on your side so that negativity naturally kind of gets away from. Because I know if somebody treated me nice, I'd keep an extra eye out for them. And that's just being a good neighbor. And that's what we need more of in this world. And speaking of community, now's the time for us to have that community and start again. The retrogrades happening now are making us look inward to find out who we really need, what community energy are we wanting to build around us and be a part of, what doesn't need to be here and what does need to be here, because we're in this month of getting ready for the darker days, getting ready for the days of having to go back on our stores. What are you storing up in your place? Why are you storing it? Is this something for you? Now's the time to recoup, review, and reassess. And on that note, um, I had told Jeff, and me and him talked, and we had a discussion on this very subject, and it's like sometimes we don't want to do these things because we know it's like we got to do them. They're kind of a chore, but it's the chore that allows us that freedom, understanding, and an ability to know what's going on, to keep a good stock of what's happening. It's a chore, but it's necessary. So sometimes it's good to switch the mentality. It's sort of like I tell everybody, yo, I get real until my sneakers are on. Once my sneakers are on, we out the door and we bebopping. Let's do what we got to do. So that's what it is, putting your sneakers on. So just go deal with a sober mind, or California sober mind, and if you know, you know, and look at things in a real moment of what's real, what is firm, what is actually pouring back into me, and what's not. Y'all, also big news, you know, we're always doing classes. I'm always doing classes over with my sister child, Big Liz Conjure, Mumble, Elizabeth Ruth. There are classes up there, not just by me, but by my other most esteemed fellow professors at the Black Hogwarts for real. And I'm purposely saying that because I ain't getting no damn lawsuit, but but for people of color and for my black folks, there are classes there on spirituality, and now we have recorded classes so you can come and look and see what you want to see and how which ones you'd like to have, either the live or the recorded. So get with us on that. I'll leave the link below of all the classes. My classes coming up are going to be one on seasonal magic, and it's the 11th, 13th, and 18th of this month that I'll be teaching. One of them is on seasonal magic, how to work with the seasons of autumn, what we were just talking about now, the spiritual commission of los indígenas, or the indios, that are the energy that's usually strong around this time, how to work with them, how to work with seasonal fair and what have you, and getting the best out of this season. The other one I'm doing is witchcrafts, how to make your own tools, how to shop for good tools, what you need, and putting your hands into your spiritual work and your craft work. And the third one is honing your craft, which is where we sit down and we look at the frameworks you're working in, and we use that to flesh out your own personal gnosis, your own personal energy, and your own personal craft that works with you and with where you're at this time. So those are interesting. There's also a ton of other interesting classes, wonderful classes where you can get this information that is on that website. Please help yourself and look. I'll leave a link in the comments below so that you can see the classes, and then come check it out and sit with me, because it's not just a class, it's a whole good field time show. But On that, I also teach classes on working with saints and spirits and understanding who they are and information. One of them is today is a special day because it is Papa Candelo's day. Candelo Cedife, or Saint Charles Borromeo, is the Catholic representation of him. Is considered a great general, an Ogu spirit, a fiery spirit of liberation, protection, wisdom, and knowledge. And this great spirit, it comes from Haitian and Dominican voodoo, also known as 21 divisions in Dominican Republic, and in Sanse in Puerto Rico, as well as through spiritual reunions and the Espiritismo lineage as well. He is renowned throughout the Caribbean, and as the religion and the spiritual knowledge and tradition grows, he's known throughout the place. So he is a protector, a guide, and is the one who carries a machete and a red foulard, or head wrap, that goes to fight for justice, stamping out injustice and helping his people. So that's kind of a great thing to know and a great thing to understand in this day and age where we need as much protection, blessings, and guidance as we can. So if you feel compelled, I have a whole class on him that's also on the site. Please take a look. Or if you'd like to schedule a divination with me, or a mentorship session, or even just a café con papa where you sit and we talk and we troubleshoot, please feel free to get with me either through email or through my other socials. I'm here on YouTube, Facebook, and Insta and TikTok. And let's see if we can't send a link and set you up. Yesterday was a wonderful Saints Day as well. San Martin de Porre, or Saint Martin of Tours, who is syncretized a lot with Elegua, and in Haiti and Dominican Republic, he is syncretized with one of the Gede spirits, or the spirits of the cemetery and the dead who help people. There's a lot of things there. That's a whole nother video for a whole nother time. But Saint Martin himself is a wonderful saint who is generous, kind, loving, and helps also with social issues of social justice, of helping the marginalized, of helping the poor and those who need. You see a trend here, right, y'all kids? But he is also a road opening spirit, and a spirit or saint that opens roads, gets rid of negative energy, and breaks hexes and curses. And in yesterday's video that did not get to be published, I'm still so plucked at that, y'all. I taught y'all how to do a quick spell with him, and one of them is this: depending on how heavy you feel and heavy negativity you have, get yourself either a black or a white candle, encased, all the better. But if not, you can still get a stick or what have you. Take that candle and have an image of St. Martin and do prayers to St. Martin and ask for his intercession and blessings and continued work. And don't worry if you're pagan, if you're of a different spiritual background. The saints are ascended ancestors. The saints are considered elevated spirits that do mercy for everyone and help the world. Whether or not, they still have that charity and love. And are we sure that the saint energy is the only energy that's there? There are benevolent spirits that walk in that saint's entourage. So keep that in mind. So you go, one of his implements is a broom. And I usually tell people, always have your elements together: a glass of water, some incense, just a little bit. It doesn't have to be anything big either, but he does like flower incenses. So rose incense, jasmine incense, honeysuckle, what have you. Use that, and you have that going for him. And a small little tea light, because a tea light is just to say, hey, thank you, I need this. But you're going to take your black or white candle, and I'm using a selenite because I don't have the candle around right now. But I have done this, trust, and it has worked amazingly. And you ask St. Martin that as you take this candle and you pass it all over your body, it removes all sickness, toxicity, ill health, and all that other nastiness that you don't need and that you don't want. You pass it all over your body from head to toe, downwards and under each foot 3 times. Then you put that candle into a fire safe holder, and you take the broom that you have for him. You cleanse this broom in some smoke of the incense. You sprinkle some Florida water and spring water or holy water if you're feeling it. And you take that broom and you consecrate it, and you ask him to take and get rid of any negativity that's left on you, any leftover debris or spiritual dreck, and you sweep yourself from head to toe, again downward the same way. And every so often you stop and you tap the candle. You sweep and you tap. And you do that 3 times from head to toe and under your foot, tapping on the candle. And then you light that candle and you ask St. Martin, as this candle that I dedicate to you burns in your honor, please burn away all this negativity, transforming that energy to positive energy for my life, to build my life up in happiness, strength, abundance, blah, blah, blah. And you tell him, you ask him for his help. You let the candle burn down, but always under your watchful eye, because we don't do unsupervised burning of candles, correct? And if you want to go extra credit, you can put that candle into a little bowl where we have a little bit of water, a pinch of salt, and a little bit of Florida water in there, and you mix it up. If you don't know what Florida water is easily found. Yes, we do make it in Casa de Juju. Yes, they do have some in Big Liz Conjure. Yes, get it from reputable sources. If you can't get it from me, or get it from my family, or you can make it yourself. And that might be a video that I might do if y'all tempt me to show you what Florida water is. So, that said, after the candle has burnt out, toss the candle into the trash and throw the water out into the street, and thank St. Martin with either yellow or red candles, which he enjoys. Again, Papa Candelo is red, 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 red. He loves red everything because he is literally a fire spirit, a spirit of fire and forward movement. So if you want to know more information on either, let me know. Get with me. And I hope all of this helps you through these days. And I will be making another video soon, hopefully, if I don't have another Mercury retrograde moment. And again, oh yes, and these brooms are available at Casa de Juju as well. Get with me and find out, because yes, Mama needs a new pair of shoes. You know what I mean? And also, I make each and every one of them with love, happiness, lots of good crystals. This one is amethyst and quartz. And we have others of different stones as well. So let us know what's up. And again, if you would like to schedule a divination with me, which is a reading, mentorships, a sit down, or any of our wonderful products, please get with me in the comments below. Thank you for letting me be in your life, and I wish you all the best. I bid you all the peace, love, and juju I can send. And remember to float us a note, because that's all she wrote. Have a lovely Tuesday. Mwah! Later, y'all.